against the rocks. Other people stood or sat between the vehicles and the shelters, talking, preparing food, and practicing their magic. They looked human, but though they came from Earth, they were so much more than that. They were the Evermores expeditionary force. Enfield reached a point where the stream was wide and shallow, with rocks protruding from its bed into the brisk fall air. He jumped from stone to stone across the stream, spray spattering his ankles until he reached the mud track above the encampment, then ran the last few 100 yards to join his companions. Winslow looked around as Enfield approached. He was the oldest member of the group, and as far as Enfield was aware, the oldest Evermore. The gray strands in Winslow's dark hair and the wrinkles around his eyes made him look middle-aged, but barely began to acknowledge the true weight of years he carried, over 26,000 of them. Enfield, who felt old when he mentioned his century-and-a-half lifespan to humans, felt like a child by comparison with his leader. "Here." Enfield knelt beside a fire that someone was building and started to unload his bag. "The snares we set are working, and some of those bushes produce fruit supernaturally quickly. If they carry on like this all year round, we'll be set for berries." "Wish we could have something other than rabbits and berries." Taldis blew away the dark hair that was starting to get into her eyes. "I still think we could risk a portal. Head home and get supplies."
"No."
Winslow shook his head.
"Not for something so trivial."
"Trivial? My guts are killing me. I'm not used to living off only meat and fruit. We need to supplement it."
"You will survive, and importantly, you will remain free. We can't be sure that if a portal draws the attention of the Silver Griffins or whoever set those mercenaries on us."
"So what are we going to do? Stay here forever in the woods?" Taldis raised an eyebrow. "I'm not saying I miss that dirty, smoky city you had us wandering around, but I do miss having a roof over my head, somewhere to replenish my power properly, and regular food supplies. Don't you miss tea?" She looked at Enfield, who nodded.
"I would like to be more comfortable," he admitted. "And I'm one of the ones who's been enjoying being out in the forest. Surely we can't all stay out here much longer." "We won't."
Winslow's voice stayed calm and steady as always. Or, at least, almost always. Enfield had seen that facade shatter a couple of times recently, and now he lived on edge, waiting to see when it would happen again. "Then what will we do?" Taldis asked.
"Soon we will be ready to transport the source back to Earth," Winslow said. "Then we will open a portal to do that. Once the source is secure, we can all leave this place, and it won't matter if the Griffins sense our magic up here or if anyone else does. We will be gone."
Enfield glanced uneasily at one of the vans. Bright light peeked out from around the edge of its black door, the glow that came from an incredible source of raw magical power.
"I'm not sure that's a good idea," Enfield said. "The last time we tried to transport the source, the whole thing went horribly wrong. Remember how much damage the source did while trying to escape?" "We contained it," Winslow said. "With help from Fran and her colleagues, the ones who built the containment unit. Are you going to invite them up here to help?" "Fran Berryman has made very clear that she rejects us, rejects her heritage. I have no intention of involving her."
There it was, the beginning of the tension Enfield had seen in Winslow before, an edge creeping into his voice at the mention of Fran. "Could we at least